Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of the show. It's your host Natasha Molina, and today we're going to be here with a Puerto Rican ballerina, singer, actress. There's nothing she doesn't do. Here she is, Agatha.
Hey, everybody. That was a great intro.
So I want to talk a little bit about the way you grew up in the entertainment industry, basically, because now you're working in it. But I think it's very interesting how you grew up around it. Your father was a photographer. Your mother is a pioneer and kind of paved a path for women in Latin music. So I wanted you to talk a little bit about this and how it influenced you in your life and obviously your career now.
Of course, I love to talk about this. So, yes, my mother was a game changer in the industry here in Puerto Rico. And she was, like the only woman in a man's world back then. Now we have so much female empowerment in the industry, but back then it was a little bit more difficult, or I'd rather say, a lot more difficult. So my mom and my dad met when he was the lighting engineer of Juan Luis Guerra, which is a Dominican singer. He's very prestigious, very talented. And she was his manager and she was doing the concert. So that's interesting. My father's from Dominican Republic. My mom's Puerto Rican. They fell in love, had me. Um, I, I always say this, and I say this with, speaking humbly. My nap times and like my free time was backstage in concerts with different artists, Latin American artists, people from all around the world. And also, this is interesting. My dad, when my mom was pregnant, he would put big headphones on her belly, and he would put a lot of Peter Gabriel and Sting and The Doors and Bono and a lot of music. And I feel like I developed that ear. It was inevitable that
Of course, early on from the womb, you had the music
yes,
education going on, the best of both worlds, the best from Latin music, and then of course from the American rock world as well. That's amazing.
totally. So I started singing when I was little in school. I would impersonate people. I would impersonate singers. My friends would be like, "That's so funny because when you sing a song of Avril Lavigne, you sound like her. When you sing a little bit of, Britney, you sound like her. Christina, you sound like her." I was born in the '90s,
Oh,
so
that's
yeah,
an
that's
amazing. Hold on, you got me with the Avril Lavigne. I kind of want to hear something. Can we?
Let me see. What would it have?
There's so many good ones to pick from.
I looked away, then I looked back at you. You tried to say things that you can't undo. I think
That
let me
was
see.
so amazing. I love
Right? She has that
it.
like Canadian,
Yeah, like
Canadian
there's a little
vibe.
accent in there. You do it perfectly. Wow. So that's
Thank you.
really cool. That's an amazing talent.
Thank you. So, I started like impersonating singers since I was little. And then my mom tried to always put me in lessons, like guitar lessons, piano lessons, music lessons, but I was so rebellious. It was like she was not able to keep me on one thing. But singing, it's something you're born with, luckily, because if not, I wouldn't know how to do it like anything besides partying. Um, and then but yeah, I trained myself. I was very much into acting. I did a lot of plays in school. Then I went to Boston. I wanted to really go into the acting world. So after Boston, I spent 2 years in Boston. I went to New York, did conservatory. I would write melody, compose melodies, write songs in my free time. Then I started singing as well. Did a couple shows in New York City. So I had, both careers simultaneously. Came to Puerto Rico, wanted to explore some Spanish music, like Puerto Rican music, singing in Spanish. But I've been launching English and Spanish music. I've been keeping up with the acting as well. So it's just like a process, like a growth process that I've been taking care of, on my own.
That's amazing. And since you already talked about the acting world a little bit, I do want to mention for those who don't know that I mean you're incredible. You've already started making some amazing steps in that way. You've played a part in Orange is the New Black, which I mean, who doesn't know that show? And then on HBO, Show Me, what was it? Show Me a
A
Hero as
hero.
well.
Yeah.
That's what it is. Yeah. And so many other things. So I just think it's really incredible how you balance both worlds of music and acting. How was it to, play these roles?
It was super fun. In Orange is the New Black, I sang Rita Indiana's song. She's Dominican, so that was good because I'm half Dominican. And I also sing on the show. So it showcased me. And in Show Me Hero is more of a serious role. I was very young when I got the role. And like nurses are not supposed to be 19, 20, which was when I got the role a couple of years back. But I looked mature. I fit the role. It was my first audition ever, and I booked it. And my agent was so proud of me. He was like, "Okay, I could keep sending you out on more stuff. You work. You do good. You do well for yourself." And it was a serious role. It's a show with Oscar Isaac that takes place when New York was facing a lot of political issues in the 80s and 90s. So that was a cool role to have as well, because I learned a lot about the city that I love, city that my mother was born in. And now I have two movies. One of them is called El Brujo, from the most prestigious director in Dominican Republic. His name is Archie Lopez. And also Osuna's biopic, which is Odisea. And I play his like childhood best friend, but when we're a little older. So, even though I'm launching music, I'm still keeping up, like I said, with the acting. It's not difficult, if you schedule it.
I love that you have your foot in both worlds and these amazing projects that you're part of. I mean, Osuna's biopic, that's one to keep an eye out for sure, for those who would love to see it. And then also, when you started your professional music career and started dabbling in music, I heard that you collaborated on projects with Los Cumbia Kings and Luis Miguel. I want to know a little bit about this. Give us some details.
So Luis Miguel clip, like beach clip in Puerto Rico, that was my first acting gig. I was probably like 2 months old, and it was like a special, I think it was for like a beer commercial that was filmed here for a show that he was doing, and he was holding a baby. That baby was me. I don't think you can find that. I mean, this was back in the day-ish.
You gotta really go digging for it.
Yes. And I remember people were telling me that I couldn't get off of him. I mean, besides he's incredibly hot, but I couldn't get off of him because I was sucking on his shoulder because of the salt water. So I was a baby.
Like you knew, baby.
Yes.
You knew. It was Luis Miguel. Like
I know. I am the envy of many. So yeah, I could say that I sucked on Luis Miguel's shoulder when I was
not many can say that.
Old. Not many people can say that. And what else was? Oh yeah, I was in a video of Vico C and Los Cumbia Kings, which was great for me because I'm a huge Selena Quintanilla fan. Like, she was my first idol. So being able to be on a video with A.B. Quintanilla, and when they told me he was Selena's brother, although she had passed, I was like, oh my God, this is great, And with Vico C too, who's like the pioneer of the whole Spanish urban movement. So, I've been around. I got around like Tupac.
That's insane. You have an amazing resume, honestly. And now here you are continuing to release more original music. As of a few weeks ago, you just released your latest single, Recreo, which is such a bop. It's like a super sensual and sexy kind of perreo song. And it's already generated more than 500,000 views on YouTube, I believe, and then amongst other platforms, many more as well. Tell us a little bit about this song.
So Recreo is a reggaeton. It's like, I wouldn't say it's a traditional reggaeton. It's just like a reggaeton that really kind of makes you dance. It's for women who feel empowered, who sometimes, even though you're a great person, you might be a villain sometimes. And you're like, you know what? I'm a sassy biatch today, and I want to go out on the street. COVID has been, limiting us from dancing perreo. So this is like a great song with a catchy hook. It was made in Colombia. And I like that because although Puerto Rico is like the birthplace of reggaeton, Colombia has really spiked up things. And I did it with Tony Wilson, who's a great composer, Fede Lopez, another great composer, and Chepe, who's a great producer. And we had a little jam session at the studio. It's a song that I'm sure anybody from any country, whatever language you speak, you're gonna bop to it. And I have another single coming out this Friday, which is called Cero a Cien, like 0 to 100. And it really describes what I lived in Puerto Rico as a rebel, as like being on the streets. And I'm not like from the streets, but I
Yeah.
liked the streets because I like to
You
hang
like
out
to
with,
party, yeah.
yeah. And I like to hang out with people from like all kinds of hoods, or rich hoods, poor hoods, whatever. But as long as you're just like having fun. So my songs have like that it personality. Like I put a little bit of all the different personalities I have. There's one for every song.
I love
So
that.
my
So there's a
yeah,
song for everybody, basically. And this song is
yes,
going to come out this Friday. Sounds like something I can definitely relate to. I'm just like you. Doesn't matter where I am, who I'm with. I can just enjoy a good time as long as we are
yeah.
making it a good time. And how would you describe the sound of this song that's coming out? Is it kind of the same kind of like a
It's
reggaeton style?
so Recreo has like elements, cultural elements. Like if you have that tú me pedías perreo, yo te doy perreo, which is very Puerto Rican, Evie Queen, masculine energy, with the bachata guitar, with some of the caliuchis, Colombian flow on the verses, and like the belly dancing Arab elements, right? That's musically. Now this one coming up, which is Cero a Cien, it's more mysterious. It's more like sexy, sensual, seductive, luring. So they're like cousins, and they're not sisters, both songs. They're cousins.
Okay.
But
Love it.
you can kind of see the similarities, but you're going to be like, oh, okay, she can definitely do this, which is more boppy, but she can do this, which is sexy, which makes me kind of want to just like open up, how do you say, like the sunroof and put my
Oh
arms
yeah.
out, like it, yeah, that
Convertible
kind of
hair
song.
flowing through the wind and
Yep,
everything. Yeah, I love
yep,
it.
with like cars racing on the highway next to you, and you're just like, yeah, that kind of,
Hold on, this is giving
it's
me
that kind of
total
song.
summer vibes. I wish it wasn't so cold where I was right now, but oh my God, I can't wait for the song to come out.
I can't wait either.
Oh my gosh. And so going back to Recreo really quick, the music video is also really amazing. I mean, we've got like the little schoolgirl vibe going on too, with amazing choreography. How was it to film this video?
It was so much fun. It was a video that was filmed with a group of friends. So it's the first video I filmed that I actually have like people that I've known forever. And that's what made it so special. This is my favorite video that I've done so far. Like I really want everybody to watch it, not just cuz, but it's because like everybody that's watched it already tells me your energy is so contagious in this video that it's crazy. It's like it's kind of like we're in school and school's out, and it's like the last day of school, and in Puerto Rico they call it la fuga, like where
Oh,
you kind
okay.
of just cut class on the last day of school and you go to the
Oh,
beach or you
like
go to
a
the
senior
pool.
ditch day.
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly. So it's that kind of video, and it's colorful, and it has choreography, it has sensuality, it has humor,
It
and
does.
yeah.
It definitely does. I've seen the video a few times now and it's amazing. So I recommend everybody to go see it as well. And
Thank
for the
you.
new video coming out, or the new song, I should say, Cero a Cien, are we also getting a video in conjunction? Because you already
Yes, you
you
are.
painted the image in my mind already, like hands, head out through the convertible, hair flowing in the wind. So is it gonna give those vibes?
Yes, it's gonna give those vibes. Like I told you, I mean, look, I grew up in a world that I wouldn't say like privileged and kind of like stuck up like that. But my mother always gave me the best that she could. She's a hardworking woman. So I can't say like, yo, I'm from the streets, because that's super hypocrite. Like people are gonna be like, what do you think she is? Now I love my hood people though. Like, I have my friends from like everywhere, like I said, and I'm super humble.
Yeah.
So this video, I told my group of friends that is like more, on the DL, like, yo,
Yeah.
come do this video with me. Like, I really want you to, like, I want all my twerker friends, my Dominicans with the afro, with
Yeah.
everything, that attitude. And we did a great video. I have two of my gay, androgynous, beautiful, them friends too, that they're like my sidekicks, and you see them kind of dancing like all girly with me, but you also see them in motorcycles, like, you know,
Ooh, I love
badass.
it. I
And you
can't
see
wait to see this.
yeah, you see a lot of twerking, you see a lot of sensuality. I also have someone sitting down with like the thief mask, and I'm kind of, you know, seducing him and kind of like choking him a little. It's a little bit of every, I can't say
Ooh,
much.
sexy.
So the
Okay.
yeah, so the first, so Recreo was more light and like poppy. This was a little darker, but it's okay. They're great.
Yeah, we love both sides,
Right?
definitely. Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
I can't wait for that. That sounds so amazing. And it just is
Thank you.
amazing to see like the distinction between all the songs you've released. I mean, right now Recreo, we were just talking about the differences. And then one of my favorite songs you've released is your collaboration with Timbala, which came out about a year ago and has over 2 million views on YouTube.
Thank you. Thank you. You know, that's what I want. Like, I am not this kind of artist that I'm very transparent. So it's not like I have like these big investors and like, you know, this team behind me that's trying to make a product. Like, I'm so real and so true to my art and so jealous with my lyric. Like, I do it all artistically, that I'm just one of these artists that is like, I don't care, you know, like obviously I want to be big and whatever, but like for the right reasons. Like, I want people to connect with me and say like, oh, okay, I get her. Like,
Mhm.
she is like a different persona for every song. Like, she can really, really, really get into heart and soul with every genre, and that's why I like her, because she's true. She can like, you know, like I don't do different genres and everything to see like what makes it like, okay, let me try them both, let me try reggaeton, let me try this, let me try that. You'll see that I have like even Anglo songs, like English songs that I'm going to be releasing too, and they're super different from the Spanish. Like, in Spanish, yeah, things might seem more commercial, but in English I really pour my heart and soul out, whether I'm doing like a dark pop song or a piano ballad or anything. So yeah.
It definitely shines through like how real and true you are. And honestly, you do not even have to justify the fact that you're dabbling in different genres and experimenting with different sounds, because you're an artist and that's what artists do. And that's what we love to see from you. So we love hearing all these different sides to you. And like you say, your different personalities come out in every song. And it's just amazing to see. It's like we're getting to know more of Agatha and just really getting to connect with you.
Thank you. Thank you
Yeah.
so much.
Course. So now I want to give you the floor so you can just say whatever words you want to your fans, let them know where they can find you, and also be sure to check out the new music that's out and coming out.
So thank you, Natasha, for the interview, first and foremost. And to all the fans, you guys, please, please, please check out my favorite video that I've done so far, which is Recreo, which is a single that just came out. And also check out Cero a Cien, which is coming out. And check out all my music. Look, there's a song for everyone. Like I said, I am so lucky to have you guys seeing me, hearing me through this platform. And you can follow me, you can DM me, you can comment, you can tell me whatever you want, you know, whatever you want to hear, any feedback, anything, anything. You can follow me on Agatha Insta on Instagram, and Agatha Cassiano on all the platforms. So yeah, thank you guys. Mwah, mwah, kisses. And anybody that wants to be an artist, go for it. The world needs you.